Most people argue and the only thing that settles them is outside help or third parties, which is so wrong.
Yes, once you involve a third party in your relationship or marriage, you have already failed it.
Hello and welcome guys to the Mawete family. It's your girl Precious.
And it's your boy Rogers.
Yes, as you saw into today's title, we are going to be talking about how we make it after an argument.
Yes guys, if you are ready for this video, don't forget to give it a like. And if you are new here, make sure you subscribe. Let's go into it.
Yes guys, so we are going to mainly discuss of how the both of us make it after an argument. By the way, arguments are normal in any relationship or in any marriage. If you are facing it, don't say, why do we always argue with my partner? Arguments are so normal. So for me and my husband, there are a few things that we do to make it after every argument. First of all, the first thing you have to do is to know your partner. Once you know your partner, you make it so easily. For example, me and Rogers, mostly when we start an argument, by the way, we argue a lot sometimes. When an argument starts, then we start firing each other. I'm saying. Rogers, when he sees that this is getting tense, he keeps quiet. After keeping quiet, me, I get angry at why is he keeping quiet? Why can't we continue to argue? I also go to the bedroom and I sleep. You see? So, one thing I'll say that helps us a lot. In the middle of an argument or when you're arguing, we make sure we give each other time. We know each other. So Rogers usually keeps quiet. Me, I leave the room.
Yes guys, it's about knowing one another and also having respect for one another. For us, above all things, even if it's a high argument, it's about respect. I respect my wife and she respects me. Even when I see it's high, what makes me keep quiet is the respect I have for her and how I know her. That when she has boiled over, I have to cool her down by keeping quiet. And when I've kept quiet, she feels so angry, she goes and rests. You find that after her rest and after my keeping quiet, you know, things are done already. That's how we make it after an argument. Yes guys, another way we make it after an argument is listening to one another. We give ourselves chances that when I start speak, she has to listen. And when she's speaking, I have to listen. Such that we come to the common ground and we solve the issue. You understand? So that's how we make it also after an argument.
Yes guys, listening to one another is very important, by the way. Listening to one another is very important. After you argue, after this one keeps silent, after you went to sleep, when you come back together, we can't just act as if everything is normal. We sit down. What went wrong? I start explaining my side, and my husband sometimes he has to listen and agree, even if he knows sometimes I'm wrong. He listens, he doesn't interrupt me. He listens until I finish. After that, he comes in now and tell me, but you know, here and here and here and here. Most of the times when you listen, you show empathy for your partner, you show that you are really listening to them. After they speak, then you also start speaking and they also listen. That's how you can make it, and that's how we make it after every argument.
In fact, when you listen to your partner, there is a way you understand them. That even in the first place, you didn't understand where the argument came from or you misunderstood it. When you keep on listening to them when they are speaking, there is a way you understand them and you solve the issue, and that is done.
Yes guys, the third way on how we make it after every argument is communicating calmly or softly. By the way, when you are speaking, most of the times words are so important. Words are so powerful, by the way. Words are one of the things that are so powerful. So it's very wise to choose your words wisely when you are communicating to your partner after an argument. Because there are words that once you utter them or once you speak them, you can't take them back. I used to remember people used to have this saying that I would rather have my mother beat me and it's done, or than for her to speak certain words in my life. You know, words they can stay in your heart and in your mind. And whenever you're doing something, you find yourself remembering those words, you start crying. So words can stay in the heart. But once you are beaten, it's over, you cry, it's over. So mostly after an argument or when you're arguing, make sure we choose. That's what we do. We are always careful, especially my husband. Me, sometimes I utter whatever I want, but my husband, I have seen, he is so careful with how he chooses his words. He might decide actually to keep quiet because, you know, if I speak this, Precious might not handle, and this will always be an issue in this house.
Yeah.
So he knows how to select words very carefully in an argument.
Yeah, and when you are, 50-50, this one is bombing and this one is bombing, like communicating, you are high there. There is nothing you are going to solve. For us, we know, in fact, what we suggested, that by the end of everything, communication should be done in our bed. You understand, when everything is settled, nothing is, there is no noise, so you touch one another and you communicate, you tell you, but you know what, this and this, and this and this, and this and this. Like, you communicate calmly, and we have found out the best place that every partner can communicate, mostly to the married ones. If you're in a relationship, you might not get the opportunity of always being on one bed, okay? But if you're in a relationship, like you are married, I believe you have that opportunity, you have that moment. So I always also advised my wife that, you know what, if there is anything, the best way, call me. If it can't wait to the bed, call me, sit me down and tell me. Instead of, even if you're distance, like I'm here, you are that side, it's not good. At least call me, say, Sitat, come, I have something to tell you. Even if I know the issue, at least I come, I sit down, and you hold me, you are close, and then you speak calmly. That's when everything can be solved. But the best place is bed. And another way, guys, we make it after an argument is we know how to apologize and forgive one another immediately. Because, for me, I always find something in my mind that if the month, like in a month, we have argued once or twice, meaning these other days, everything has been moving on. So you never know that today has been an argument, but tomorrow it will be fresh. So we give each other a chance that immediately for example, myself, I apologize, I'm sorry. And if it is her, I'm sorry. So we have that sorry thing in our mind always, because we know tomorrow is a fresh day. We don't want to carry the argument of today in tomorrow. We forgive immediately, and we apologize. That helps us so much, because we want to start our tomorrow afresh. Not that the things of today, we carry them in tomorrow, and the whole month you're on the same issue. No, we want to move on, always apologize. And guys, that's the advice also we give you.
Yes, guys, so this goes to many ladies, because many ladies are unapologetic. Even if we know sometimes that we are wrong, just admitting that I'm sorry, that one is very hard. So really we have to learn to apologize. Just a simple sorry has so much power to solve things, and you move on with your partner. Because once you keep piling things, and it goes to most women. Women, sometimes they're good at piling things in their hearts. That's when you start becoming bitter, angry, you're aggressive even to your children and everything. So it's always good, once an argument is done, once you solve it, you say sorry, forgive each other. Don't bring it up again after a month. That you once did this. If you forgive, you have to forget it.
And the other thing, men, this is for men. You don't become a woman when you apologize. Sometimes men feel like when I apologize, now I become less. There is no way you become less. In fact, sometimes men, even if you know that you are right, but when you see your woman is up there, just sorry, to cool things down, to apologize. Sorry, I'm very sorry. You can see, let me explain. I'm very sorry. You understand? These ladies, the words only can cool them down. You understand? So men, you don't become less when you apologize. In fact, you become even more powerful when you apologize, because you know how to cool down your what? Your other partner, your other part. So make sure that yes, you apologize to your woman, mostly even if you are right that she is the one wrong. It is okay to apologize, and later on you remind her, you say, you know what, yes, I apologized. Later everything is done, you know, she's almost forgetting about it, but then it's a way of trying to make things right, because you could not bring it when the boiling is too much. Okay, at least then you say, okay, I apologize, but don't you think here and here and here we could do this and this and this, such as a man, as a head of a family, to make things straight. That's the way for us we make it. Yes, the other thing, though guys, we as the two of us, we don't normally use it. We don't use it because we have never used it, is the third party. In case you two, you have failed, okay, maybe it has totally failed, then you can bring in a third party, but you have to trust the third party, because I know so many relationships that have been ruined because they involve the third party in the middle of their argument. So in case you can't handle, it is okay to trust the third party, but for us, in fact, we decided that we don't want a third party in the middle of our argument. We will solve it, and the Lord God will always help us.
Yes, guys. This one, actually, my aunt told me when I was getting married that our daughter Precious, one thing, if you have an argument, a misunderstanding with your partner or your husband, make sure you try solve it between the two of us. Don't just share everything. I know mostly women are the ones who do that. Us women, when you're pissed off or something happens, you got your sister, can you imagine my husband did this? Or you got your mother, my husband did this. You know one thing that happens, when you tell your mother that my husband treated me like this, your mother is going to see your husband differently and even hate him. And you, the next day, you're going to agree with each other and move on with your life.
Yeah.
But the people you tell when you're angry, they might not undo what you told them.
Yes.
They'll always see your partner as this aggressive person, this unkind person, this what. So most of the times, given that, as my husband said, that you failed to resolve it, it's good to put a third party, but to also encourage not to put relatives in between. Either look for a church elder or your church mate, your elder in the church, or your pastor, or someone that is not related to you.
Yeah.
Because any of your relatives can tell your mother, tomorrow can pass it to your aunt. Can you imagine what Rogers is doing to Precious? Can you imagine everything goes and you tarnish the name of your husband or your partner or your wife? So it's always good to try solve things first, but if they fail, it's allowed to involve a third party, but be so selective on how you involve third parties. So guys, that was video that we had for you, how we make it after every argument. We hope you enjoyed, we hope you learned something. Don't forget to like this video, guys. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. Join the family. We love you so much. See you in our next video.